Hey, what's up, guys? This is David Chase Taylor of 911truther.org. Today is August 11th of 2012. So, based on breaking news and events, it appears that CIA headquarters located beneath CERN at Lake Geneva in Switzerland is going to stage an escalating wave of apocalyptic natural disasters, terror attacks, bombings, political assassinations, and or World War III on the date of August 12th of 2025. Really briefly, in respect to the numerology, because August is the 8th month, which equates to letter H, and the 12th equates to letter L. This equates to heal, as in or hail, as in hail Caesar, Heil Hitler, and Confederation Helvetica. So this particular date bears a very distinct numerology, and so the CIA is planning to capitalize on this particular numerology and stage earth-changing apocalyptic events on this particular date of August 12th, which is specifically designed to spawn a second global biological pandemic, trigger World War III, and or put the United States on a Defcon level setting as pretext for World War III. So as I previously detailed in my last video, which you can find on my blog 911truther.org, the CIA is planning an Iranian offensive on the date of August 12th of 2025, most likely targeting Israel, the United States, or Europe, or Greater Middle East. I detailed all the potential scenarios for Iran, but since publishing that video, I have published roughly 15 different reports that I have identified of impending attacks for the date of August 12th, and I'm briefly going to outline those. But what's important to remember is that if the CIA does in fact greenlight events for the date of August 12, 2025, they are designed to assassinate U.S. President Donald J. Trump. They are designed to spawn a second global biological pandemic and or trigger World War III. Therefore, they will predictably be biological, chemical, radiological, and nuclear in nature. So really quick, in respect to the impending events of August 12th, the first, as detailed in my last video, is that the CIA is planning a sniper assassination event targeting Donald J. Trump, which will subsequently be blamed on Iran and trigger World War III. Secondly, the CIA is plotting a QAnon, anti-woke, anti-Hollywood-based VBID, that's vehicle-borne IED attack targeting Hollywood Boulevard in Hollywood, California. The CIA's number 3 is planning a 9/11 CBRN laden crash landing or 9/11 style attack targeting Brazil, specifically to spawn a second global biological pandemic, which will subsequently be blamed on some Islamic terror group from Africa or the Middle East. Number 4, the CIA is planning a Chinese cyber attack targeting freight train related infrastructure in Canada, Mexico, and the United States as pretext for apocalyptic train crashes and subsequent explosions and chemical spills and hazmat events and mass evacuation events all across the United States, designed to trigger World War III. Number 5, the CIA is planning on staging Russian tanker, container, or cargo ship-based bombing attacks targeting ports in northern Europe, such as Scandinavia, Ireland, Scotland, England, Germany, etc., also designed to spawn a second global biological pandemic or trigger World War III. Number 6, the CIA is also planning a variation of this attack, but it's going to be an Islamic terror attack targeting ports in Florida, most likely Jacksonville. This would be ships that are loaded with chemicals that explode off the coast or in the port cities. Number 7, the CIA is planning a Russian Air Force-based bombing attack, strategic bombing attack, or nuclear bombing attack targeting United States Armed Forces military installations in Southern Europe and the Mediterranean region, specifically to trigger World War III. Number 8, the CIA is plotting a Russian-backed neo-Nazi terror attack targeting Copenhagen Pride event in Copenhagen, specifically to spawn a second global biological pandemic or trigger World War III. Number 9, the CIA is planning to stage a Russian sleeper cell, a Russian national or Russian-backed mercenary group-based terror attack targeting Atlanta, Hartsfield, Jackson Airport, ATL Airport in Atlanta, Georgia, the busiest airport in the United States, and this is specifically designed to spawn a second global biological pandemic and, of course, or trigger World War III with Russia. Number 10, the CIA is plotting a Chinese-backed Islamic terror attack targeting multiple locations, Chinatown locations in California, specifically to spawn a second global biological pandemic and or trigger World War III. Number 11, the CIA is planning an anonymous based bombing attack, CBRN-laden bombing attack targeting the Palace of Westminster in Westminster, England, that is the House of Commons, the English Parliament, and this will be blamed on one or more persons that were previously engaged in the Million Man March in London over the last few years, and the anonymous group with the face mask, which is as detailed in the Guy Fawkes movie V for Vendetta, the propaganda film, and that is also designed to spawn a second global biological pandemic. Also, number 12, the CIA is plotting a lone wolf type attack by an alleged eco-terrorist targeting the Louvre. I think that's how you say it, Lourve, the famous museum that's shaped in a triangle in Paris, France, which was depicted in the film called The Da Vinci Code. And this is also going to be a biological virus, a weaponized contagion such as Ebola or anthrax or smallpox. It's also designed to spawn a second global biological pandemic. Number 13, the CIA is planning a Chinese stealth bomber attack, probably using the new H-20 planes to bomb United States Air Force or armed forces related military installations in the Philippines, specifically to trigger World War III. Number 14, the CIA is plotting a apocalyptic man-made earthquake attack targeting Japan and South Korea. So back on July 30th, the CIA staged an 8.8 magnitude earthquake attack targeting the very tip of Russia that's just above Sapporo Island in Japan, and that created an alleged tsunami that reached all the way to California, and this was designed to foreshadow and set the precedent for an apocalyptic earthquake attack targeting Japan and South Korea, both of which have a number of nuclear reactors and nuclear power stations. And so what the CIA is planning on doing is staging a version of the Fukushima event with the mass radiation event, and then times a million. And then they plan on creating a massive nuclear meltdown. So we have some sort of a Chernobyl, Fukushima, 3 Mile Island event on steroids. And 15, the CIA is also planning a version of this, but on the east coast of America, off the coast of Nantucket Island. You can read my report on 911truther.org, but they're basically planning on staging a massive earthquake attack off the coast of Connecticut, which directly affects the Millstone nuclear reactor and or triggers a massive tsunami targeting New York City, and then this would also create a mass radiation event and a subsequent mass evacuation event of possibly New York City and or Washington, D.C. So those are the top 15 plots that I've outlined here. Obviously, in the aftermath of this video, it's highly likely that the CIA would change the particular plots or alter them in some form or fashion in order to execute them. But what's important to realize here is it's World War III, it's a biological pandemic, or it's a Trump dissolution of presidency event. Basically, those are the most likely scenarios, but obviously I'm praying for a peaceful day. But in the event that the CIA does in fact greenlight any type of earth-changing event on this particular date, I kindly ask that you and I should say in closing that there's also the possibility that the CIA would stage a quote-unquote asteroid or comet strike I published a report for such event, an earth-changing asteroid attack event, yesterday, and will do again so for tomorrow. But that's also a realistic possibility. So if any of the aforementioned events come to fruition in reality, I kindly ask that you download this video and share it with local, state, and federal law enforcement, military, and intelligence officials, as well as with local, national, and international media outlets. Peace.